Please be seated. Some people have difficulties reaching certain ages. Some people, when they turn 30, that's the end of the world. Some it was 40, some it was 50. For me, it was turning 65. It's because I've outlived my mother now. And I've outlived a lot of my family members who turned 65. So 65 was a very difficult turning point. So I got over it. So this year when I turned 66, I'm used to now being a senior citizen. I'm not talking Shoppers Drug Mart senior citizen. And I never realized how many breaks you get out there for being a senior. The discounts. I have yet to receive a senior discount without showing my license. Which is a good thing. I guess I look younger than 66. Everywhere. Even to get my hair cut yesterday, I saw the senior's discount. $15. Guy cutting my hair said, you're not 65. Well, you really know you're 65 or you're a senior. There are some things. You start going to bed a lot earlier. Never thought I'd see 9 o'clock news. But you also, my father said, you know you're getting senior, son, when you start sharing meals when you go out. I said, what do you mean by that, Dad? He said, well, you'll buy this and you'll have half of her meal. She'll have half of your meal. You go sharesies, like Dutch. So I said, well, that's nice, Dad. And it's true because I guess as you get older, you don't eat as much. But the culture out there is not about small. It's about big. Big is better. I laugh every time I'm at McDonald's with the grandchildren and I hear someone in line, yeah, I'll have a Big Mac and I'll have this and supersize those fries and I'll have a Diet Coke. Makes no sense. But you supersize your fries, supersize your drinks, supersize everything. You go to Costco looking for a battery, you come out with a $1,000 bill. Everything's in bulk. Oh, we're going to need that. There must be enough Halloween candy in my basement to last the next 10 Halloweens. Buy everything in bulk. Everything's in bulk. Bigger, better. Why do you think we have these premium outlet malls? Big. Bigger is better. So we've lost the sight of the little things in life. We've lost the beauty and the gift of small. And yet, Jesus says in the gospel today, small is tall. Jesus says it's not about supersizing your faith, because that's what the disciples said. Lord, supersize our faith. Jesus says, if your faith was the size of a mustard seed, you could do amazing things. Because faith is not about quantity. Faith is not a thing. Faith is simply a relationship of hearts. Your heart and my heart, our hearts to God's heart. It's a journey of our hearts. The longest journey in life is not from the womb to the tomb, but from this head to this heart. Faith is about a journey of trust, of trusting in the heart of God, which is love. It is a relationship where we receive and we give away what we have received. Faith is simply the way we live. You could come to church all your life and not really live the life of faith. Faith is what we do, how we act, how we speak, how we move, how we have our being. As they saw in the Salvation Army, heart to hand. It's all about what we do. You may be the only Bible someone will ever read, your very life. Mother Teresa, in one of her books, talks about doing the little things with a big heart. And when she died, she was asked how she wanted to be remembered by the media. And she pulled out a little pencil from her habit, and she put the pencil on the table. She said, I want to be remembered by this pencil. They thought, isn't that strange? Why wouldn't she have put a crucifix or her rosary beads or something religious? She put the pencil because she says, every day of my life, I have tried to write a love letter to God by what I say and what I do. What I say and what I do. She didn't talk about, I want to be remembered because I went to church and I prayed. What I say and what I do. And so the question is not how much faith we have, but rather how we live the faith we do have. How do we live the relationship? A mustard seed of faith has already been planted in us. If you are here today, you are here because you have been planted within your heart love. Where there is no love, put love, and there you will find love. That's the whole Bible. Where there is no love, put love, there you find love. God is love. And so, we already have enough. We already are enough. So we should be praying, Lord, supersize my heart. Supersize my heart so that I could see the mustard seed moments. There's where we have to find the message of the gospel. We have mustard seed moments. Those little tiny, the mustard seed is almost the size of a little grain of salt. What are the little moments of my week that I can supersize your presence, supersize your heart, supersize your love? We don't need more faith. We need more response to God's love and the relationships we already have through kindness. During the pandemic, when we were all those little boxes on the screen, I told you that the word COVID stood for compassion overcomes the virus of indifference. And that's why I want to lead you to today. I believe what is missing in all the things we're seeing and hearing today is that it's something you never hear at a eulogy. You always hear, so-and-so was this, so-and-so received this, he went to this school, he was in this, he did all these wonderful things. But very rarely, in all the eulogies, you never hear someone say, my dad was really kind. Kind. There's a word we never hear. We're called to be kind. We're called to bless each other. That's what the word eulogy means. I find it interesting. Eulogy means blessing. To bless others. We should be giving each other eulogies every day by blessing each other with kindness. I didn't mention this, but I had it noted in my sermon today. I didn't mention this at 8 o'clock, but when I was talking about eulogy, there was a gentleman who was diagnosed recently with a terminal stage 4 cancer from our workplace. And he didn't want to not hear the kind things that would be said of him when he was not around. So guess what he did? He had a wake, gathered all his friends together, he had a wake, he had his own funeral before he died. And the friends came together, and the one word that kept on saying that he was the kindest man at work. He died 2 days later after this party. He heard what we need to hear and see, and that is kindness. We offer pieces of our heart when we're kind. And kindness never became a victim of political correctness. You can never be out of place by being kind. And so today, Jesus is inviting us to be kinder, to offer kindness by the little things we do, the mustard seed moments when we're in our neighborhoods, at the corner store, waiting in line, driving our vehicle. Now, there's a place where we need to be challenged as Christians. It's crazy out there. People are not kind when they drive. Driving, my father always used to say, if you're kind in your car, you'll be kind anywhere. It's true. Try to get out of the church parking lot on Sunday here. I always say to my wife, I wonder who the Christian among us will let me in. Not many kind people. Everyone's in a hurry, only to wait in the doctor's office an hour. My friends, mustard seed moments you will have this week. Kindness is the language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Offer seeds of kindness is fundamental to us as a church. If we weren't kind to one another, we wouldn't exist. Lord, supersize our kindness this week. Help us plant seeds of your kindness in the gardens of my family, my friends, my foes. My mother always used to say, kill them with kindness. Supersize my heart, Lord, and make me one of a kind. There's a lovely thought when people say, you know, he's one of a kind, she's one of a kind. Let us be one of a kind. Let us judge less this week and love more. When we see those little mustard seed moments where something irritates us, judge less and love more. How do we know that that person, what they're going through, what's happening in their life, what mental health or addiction issue they're struggling with, what relationship problem? Give them the benefit of the doubt. Show them the kindness in that moment. Lord, help me make you bigger in my world. Help me make you bigger than the pain that we see in our world. Help me make you bigger than our problems. For you are bigger than any cancer. You are bigger than any catastrophe. You are bigger than any war. You are bigger because you are love. Lord, don't increase my faith, increase my heart. Supersize my life so that in the mustard seed moments, in the little moments of my life, I may do small acts that are tall in your sight. As I said to the children earlier, mustard is never eaten alone. It is only best when it helps something else achieve its greatness, its potential. Think about it. This week, allow your lives to be the mustard, to give life, to give hope, to give encouragement to others who are going through sometimes the littlest problems that have become so supersized in their life. My friends, we are invited this week in this gospel to ask the Lord to increase our hearts, to increase our love for Him and others. To remember that the bread that we eat today, the bread of life that we'll hear about next Sunday, when Jesus says, I am the bread of life. He didn't come to bring bread, He came to be bread. And so we come today to receive the bread of life, to be bread. To be bread to others. Others who are hungering for kindness, who are hungering for compassion, who are hungering for patience, who are hungering just to know that they are loved. My friends, you are what you eat. And so today we are going to eat of the Lord in the bread of life, in the sacrament of Eucharist, in the sacrament of His Word. Let us allow His Word to take root in our hearts, expand our lives, expand ourselves, expand our thought, so that we can see beyond our own selves and see servicing other in kindness as allowing those mustard seeds of hope to grow in our midst. Lord, bigger is not better. Small is tall in your eyes. Open my heart. Open my eyes. Open my life to be kind to those who come into my life this week. And the sad reality is you don't have to be rich to be kind. You don't have to have a big bank account to be kind. All you need to give away is your time, your love. We teach the children love is something, if you give it away, you end up having more. Let's spend some kindness this week. Let us spend some kindness and ask the Lord to supersize our hearts. May Jesus Christ be praised. Amen.